Ketu, the south node of the moon. We discussed about Ketu in earlier videos also, that the effects of Ketu and whatnot. But after that, we need to keep evolving. And astrology is an ever evolving subject. That's why I'm doing this video now. To understand Ketu in different houses, version 2. In the first, we discussed that what is the house and how does Ketu behave there. But when we go into the depth of things, that why it behaves like this and how you need to align your behavior with that kind of an Ketu. When we look at astrology, not only one planet placement matters, but many other planet placements also matter. Many combinations, many aspects, many conjunctions, many nakshatras, everything matters. But on a surface level, how things are looking and where we need to improve is what this video will explain you. So we'll do effects of Ketu in all 12 houses, version 2. There's a version 1 on the channel. If you go planets in different houses, the playlist, you will find every planet and then you can compare that what that was and how evolved we have got now. Now, Ketu in the first house of horoscope. The first house, see, the first house is your personality and yourself and your inner observation and everything. But when we go into more depth of the understanding of a planet like Ketu sitting in the first house, means that now your personality on the outer side or your personality has been tied to one of the planet that is absolutely responsible for detachment, for withdrawal, for cutting things from your life. Remember, Ketu, scissor, anyone who uses scissor for anything, cutting anything, is actually representing Ketu. Things that you cut out of your life. The first house, in a general sense, is your identity. So that means when Ketu comes to the first house, not only it will make your identity completely very different, but also whenever you will try to get into a little bit of more illusionary mode, try to be someone else than what you are, it will again cut that cord from your life. It will keep bringing you back to your same self, your same self, your same self. So it is, Ketu in the first round does not mean that you will be able to pretend. It is not possible for you to pretend here. When it comes to egoistic behavior, when it comes to self-centeredness, every first house is everything like me, myself, my egoistic behavior and whatnot. Ketu in this placement is going to create, barriers. Why I was speaking to a lot of people who have Ketu in the first house, and I try to tend to see the pattern, seen that whenever we have been trying to become over smart, Ketu has given us back. Whenever we try to show off, Ketu has given us back. That no, it cannot happen. We always have losses. So in this situation, when it comes to recognition that you are looking from outside world, is not what Ketu really wants you to have. It is saying that first recognize your own self, your own skills, your own power. Then let the world accept you the way you are, rather than you trying to become someone. Like, see, what is the opposite here? When Rahu comes here, you need to become someone. You need to show yourself in a different way, or you need to have a false identity as well. But with Ketu here in the first house, my advanced research has only brought me to the point to make myself as well as anyone who's watching understand that here it wants you to really cut off ego, any kind of need of constantly proving yourself to other people, people's pleasing. It is saying you look at yourself first. Now here, because Ketu is a planet that is not like an extrovert planet like Rahu or Sun or Mars. It is a very inward planet. So people who have Ketu in the first house generally seen, and generally I observed, and I spoke to so many of them, that so many of you also, you may be watching here, that we had a nice discussion about Ketu, is that it is going to be always keeping you isolated. It wants to make yourself your best friend, and that's why You may possess that unusual self-awareness, but simultaneously feel that ordinary definitions of identity are insufficient. You need to be, obviously, it's a desire of the man, right? Or desire of a human being to be someone, be like someone. That's why we say, who do we look up to? Where do we want to go? How successful do we want to become? And we have names in our head that, you know what, I'm going to be as successful as Parashara Rishi. I'm going to be as successful as Gemini, as successful as Varhamira, and based on my expectations. But yes, here it says that if you have any such dreams or hopes or aspirations that I want to be someone, then this Ketu is not working for you in any way possible. You have to ask yourself how much evolved you want to be for your own self, rather like other people. What is your capability? How much capable you are to become the best version of you. See, this is not surface level talks, huh? That okay, so in the first house, your appearance will be like this, and you're this. But nothing. That already is done. This is more in depth, more to understand the psychology of a planet in the first house. First house does not only mean your body, your physical appearance. It means the attitude, the personal philosophy that you have. And if your philosophy is not aligned, so it just takes small example. You go to a house, you're a paying guest there. You live with the owner, and now you're partying every night. The owner is a person who gets up at 4 in the morning, does puja, does thing, and you're partying every night. In 2 days, you will be evicted from that house, out, because you did not adjust to the environment of that environment and requirement of that person who's there, who's guiding you, who's supposed to be having the power to make decisions for you. So he made a decision out. Same way, when it comes to the first house, if Ketu is present here, that means you have to follow, your personality has to follow Ketu's rules and regulations. Otherwise, what happens is that out, opportunities out, challenges in, trouble in, and then you will complain that, oh, you know what, I am having this problem, that problem. You will see here that while the first house is also the house of self-observation, that who am I? How do I observe myself? It is a time for you to use the George Gurdjieff theory. The George Gurdjieff theory in Ketu in the first house, or forget about him, he does not have any astrology. He had an astrological knowledge, but what I got out of his stuff and how to behave like Ketu is that you need to be a person who needs to always, your subconscious mind needs to always stand in next to you and look at all the actions that you're doing. This is called self-observation. The moment you will start doing self-observation, you will understand that what kind of problem happened, how it happened, what were your actions. And with, unless and until we have problems in our life, we make mistakes, we don't learn, right? We don't learn. You look at a small child. I have two daughters. One is very little. She's 2 years old. She will go and do all the rubbish things like touch this, touch that, try to put hand in the mouth of the cat and whatnot. So everything she's doing. She got bit. Now she's getting injections because of cat biting her. What happened now? Now she's very careful. She's not going near the cat. She's like, no, no, no. Cat will bite, then doctor will put injection. You learn from your mistakes. We told them, don't go, don't go. Then no, listen. Unless until you experience it, you do not believe. That's why when Ketu is in the first house, you will always see there can be an instinctive understanding of life. You may really know everything, what is right and what is wrong, but still you may choose sometimes wrong. And you may know that this is wrong, but you may choose it. And that's what you have to win here. This is not a normal astrology video where I say, Ketu, this will happen to you. No, this is a psychological video where you need to, I am trying to understand other person's psychology about a planet being in the house and how their behavior should change. It's all about lifestyle. It's all about how you conduct your life. Situations are always predestined in your life. Very good quote of Osho, Rajneesh Osho. He tells that The Shastras say that God makes human, he writes his destiny, then he comes and asks us that give me the, hisab, that means give me the full destiny report, that what you have done, what you have not done, and then he gives punishment. But the reality that he says is not that. The reality is that God writes your destiny, he puts you into situations, and in that situations, the faisale, the kind of decisions you make your destiny good, bad, ugly, depending on the decisions you have made. Right? Decisions made in greed. I was just talking before this video I'm making. I was just talking to a person. He spent 20 lakh. Rahu in the Ketu in the first house. Ketu in the first house in Mercury, by the way. So Mercury is Digabala. But anyways, he in the dasha of Rahu and Jupiter, he gave 20 lakh rupees to a friend. He wanted to start a restaurant business. He said, okay, I will do it. And he said that restaurant business with I'm giving you 50%. But other than that, I will give you interest of this and I will give you 5% interest. He's like, very good. I'm going to be rich. This, that. He gave 20 lakhs. But what happened is that he said, put it in this bank account. And that bank account was of some cyber criminal. Now he's just facing criminal charges, going to courts and whatnot. Greed. First of all, when it is easy money, it is not right. There is some problem there. So when it comes to Ketu in the first house, you will see that the intuition will actually guide you and you will get the right intuition. But now the sthiti, the circumstances is where you have to choose the right thing. You will also see that here you are so different than other people that it is very difficult for people to understand you. You are not going to be you will naturally resist to any kind of conventional environments. You will always be something very unconventional, very, very random, unexpected. People may expect this out of you, you may be a completely different person altogether. That's why the deeper lesson is to develop identity without becoming imprisoned by ego. The true identity needs to be revealed. If it was Rahu here, obviously, then you say that, yeah, man, I want to be a different person. I want to have a mask on my face. Here, it is about unmasking. You don't want to be like, this is the way I am, accept me or go. That's the kind of, that's the kind of mantra of life you need to build. You will see that you will be able to create a very specific spiritual mindset. Does not mean it is related to some religion. It is that spiritual mindset that is going to set you apart from other people. That spiritual conduct. Spiritual mindset and religious mindsets are two different. Religious mindset is I get up at 5 in the morning, I do Ram Ram. That's a religious mindset. Spiritual mindset is that how do I be the most pious, the most dedicated, the most righteous person, dharma oriented person. And Ketu in the house of dharma thrives. So this is where you need to be more connected towards dharma and be the true you, rather than just saying I want to detach, I want to do this. That's all stupidity. You want to detach from ego. You want to detach from becoming someone else. Okay, I hope that this clears out a lot of things. This is not for beginners. This is a very advanced video, so please make sure that you are seeing with the lens of advanced. If you have come here for random astrologers who say Ketu in first house will be bad for you, you'll get headache, and that is all stupidity. I am not talking all that. It's more higher. I would like you to comment below. Let me know, what do you think about your Ketu? Are you going to, is there any kind of eye-opening here? Are you going to start doing something related to bringing your Ketu to a place, to an environment where you start observing yourself? Did you get some insight from this video? What kind of more videos do you want? What are your feedback about your Ketu in the first house? Don't say my Ketu in the first house with Jupiter. How does it mean? Well, how do I tell you? You have to write my Ketu in the first house during Ketu mahadasha dasha or stuff like that. I had these kinds of experiences. Then that gives an insight that, okay, if Ketu is giving these kind of experiences, then there is another dimension to Ketu as well. And in the description, we have WhatsApp link for personal appointments. That is one. But other than that, there is a WhatsApp community group where you can join and learn and keep learning. So many great new topics every day. So every 24 hours, our admins and moderators will allow people in. So if you have joined, wait, it will just come in 24 hours. You'll be added and then given you rules and regulations and then orientation, and then we move forward in the group. It's a very regulated group. Huh? All the best. Take care. I'll see you in the next video with more insights. And let's go to the second house now. With second house Ketu, obviously the second house focuses more on family, wealth, savings, the value system that we have, our financial asset security, anything that is supposed to do with self-worth, accumulated, even we say accumulated fixed assets, everything is second house. The fixed deposits of your life and the property that you already bought, now it is there with you. That's what second house is. Now, while these are all, there are so many. If you really go into the attributes of second house, it's like more than 144,000 attributes to the second house and second house itself. But now, let's get into Ketu. While you guys have Ketu in the second house, I also have Ketu in the second house. So we share the same Ketu. 8th house Rahu, second house Ketu. That's what you and me, we both have. Now, while everyone says Ketu is about detachment and this, that, and whatnot, if we go into the deeper psychological insight of Ketu in the second house, just imagine a person who's a very introvert person, a person like Ketu, who is absolutely, not connected to anything other than spiritual exploration, or, finally getting the soul into a state of liberation, or also connected to the past lives, where it is trying to make sure that you do not repeat the same mistakes in this lifetime. Wherever Ketu comes and sits, it has come to make you learn about the past life mistakes that you have done related to that house. So you have done past life mistakes related to family. You have done past life mistakes related to money. You have done past life mistakes related to, we can say, value system. Self-worth, you did not understand your self-worth in your past life. That's why Ketu has come here to teach you all of these things. Now, with this kind of a placement, you may understand that the detachment, see, it is not possible for anyone to detach from money in this lifetime unless and until you are taking a completely vairagya. That means you're saying, okay, I am leaving everything and going towards sannyasa. Then yes. But it is not completely possible for you to get detached from money. So what does this mean with Ketu in the second house? That you will not have money? That's not how it works. With Ketu in the second house, I have this personal experience. Whatever happens in the world, money keeps coming in from every corner of life, and money keeps going, also going. The nature of Rahu in the second house is to show off, extrovert. Even if you don't have money, you want to show off that I have this possession, I have this, I have that. But with Ketu in the second house, the whole scenario changes. The more secretive, the more silent. Second house is speech. Ketu says, you speak and I will give you loss. The more show off, the more you want to show that you have money, this, that, whatnot, it will start giving you losses, challenges. It will take everything away from you if you try to show off anything. Ketu is a planet of introvert behavior. Your money should be so introvert. Your money should be so secret that no one in this world should know what's in your bank account at this point of time or how much you're earning. The problem with headless decision or headless meaning of Ketu is that you have to control over it. And astrology, it cannot change things, right? It is just a self-awareness tool. It is giving you the power of self-awareness that, listen, if this is the situation, then whenever you will see also, whenever you will try to show off anything related to money or possessions or anything, expenses will come to you. You will start having losses. You will start having problems. And that is because Ketu is saying that, oh my God, this person is again showing off. Let him bring down. Let him give some stress. So the most important lesson for people with Ketu in the second house is that do not show off your possessions. If you have the what you say, the ability to buy a Lamborghini, please buy a Toyota Highlander or something like that. Don't try to show off to people that I have so much, because as soon as you show off, Ketu will take it away. And I'm not talking based on what you call based on some books or something like that. It is one-to-one conversations that I've had with so many people that has confirmed. I mean, why will I not have? Because I have the same Ketu. And I have realized whenever I've tried to show off little bit of money, this, that, whatnot, I come to a place where earning is very good, but saving is zero. Material accumulation is a part of life. Why do we not wear, like, you wear one cloth and throw it and then wash it and wear again? Why? Because it's a material accumulation. You brought something of some value and you keep it for your life or keep it for a very long period of time. That's why when it comes to Ketu in the second house, you will get all the things. You will get all the possible things from your past life, bereft from your past life. That's something that you couldn't achieve in your past life. You're going to get everything where Ketu resides. And this is where it shows that there is going to be monetary benefit for sure. Those who have a Ketu in the second house, whenever Ketu mahadasha antardasha will come, it is not bad. It is going to give you wealth. Only thing is that you need to be very careful about your speech. The moment you spoke, then you did not speak. Your Rahu spoke, and Ketu is going to take it away. Till the time you keep it in your heart, everything is going to be safe for you. I'm repeating this again and again because it has to go into the subconscious mind of people that this is what Ketu does. You may understand money very well, but you may also feel very strangely disconnected from material accumulation after a point of time. Once you start accumulating, you say, oh, this is not what I want. I want this. I want something else. Or with Ketu, the period of financial fluctuations are going to be much more higher than other people. Like, you may see other people are stable going on, but with Ketu in the second house, your financial fluctuation is very high. The second house is also the house where Mercury gets, Mercury and Jupiter are the karakas of the second house. Ketu is friends of both. But when it comes to Ketu, neither it follows the principle of Mercury, neither it follows the principle of Jupiter. It looks at Jupiter as a guru, but it does not follow the principle. The principle is completely of surrender. That, okay, I don't want. The day you say I don't want, everything will start coming to you. With Ketu is a planet that is, I always explain Ketu as scissors, something that can cut. Your speech is very important because sometimes you may speak some very sharp words that may cut you off from people's life. First of all, this kind of a Ketu can easily become very overcomfortable with people and then very difficult to withdraw from them. Like, easy commitment, but very hard to fulfill. Ketu is a fire planet. So when it comes to speech, when you're speaking something, it's heat of the moment. You may say, yes, I will do this and do that. When it's supposed to be coming to the point when you want to do, this Ketu will not let you do. They will say, no, I will not honor your speech because it was done in lot of ego, impulsiveness. So what is the way out of this? To be as minimalistic as we can be. Please listen more and speak less. You have to listen more. You have to keep listening to people. Because if you cut people and start saying something, Ketu is active. Like, okay, let me now put you into a spot right now. With this Ketu, you will see that when it comes to family, when it comes to the family values, it is going to be a very, 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 very intense placement of this Ketu. Generally, family traditions You may follow them, but it may feel very restrictive. You may say, why am I supposed to be only following this? Why am I not developing my own spiritual or religious environment? Why I should be in this? Because Ketu also means in the second house that it may detach or may get a lot of disagreements between you and your family. And it can be only because of your sharp behavior. Wherever Ketu goes, it is sharp behavior. It has the power to cut things very, very quickly. If you want to break up a relationship, it's like quick. It's done. That's the power of Ketu in the second house. See, when second house we talk about it and Ketu present here, self-worth remains the most important thing here. You may not value money, etc., than your self-worth. This is the place where if you are not in comfort, remember this, Ketu does not mean that we will be living miserable, poor. No. Ketu says that whatever condition it is, I want to feel comfortable. So that's why money is not important. When it comes to comfort, money is not important for people with second house Ketu. I'm telling you myself that money is not important because I have the same placement. It is all about comfort. Even I have last money left and it can give me some comfort, I will spend on comfort. I will not spend on savings. That's my personal nature. That's why here, when we talk about the deeper lesson, is to understand with this Ketu that resources are useful without allowing possessions to define that personal value. It does not mean that you have a nice car and a nice house that is defining your self-respect. Your self-respect is going to come from silence. Because obviously with Ketu in the second house, the more you speak, the more headless it is. Sometimes I wonder that I am saying this and I'm making videos and speaking and speaking and speaking. But at that point of time, maybe my Ketu is only giving me the power to speak because of it being into the nakshatra of what you call moon. So it is giving me the power to nurture through speaking. And that's why it depends on everyone's chart where Ketu is, what kind of balance it has created in your chart, what are you going to expect more and more out of it, who is conjuncting, who is aspecting Ketu, who is which nakshatra it is in, which zodiac, what degree, which pada. So many things make difference. But on a larger level, second house, unless and until you will get into proving your self-worth through silence and action rather than speaking rubbish and committing something that you cannot fulfill, this is going to be a disaster for you. Food becomes a very important factor of the second house, and Ketu is related to Sattva Guna, Sattvic. The outer nature is Tamasic, but the inner nature is Sattvic, which means that if you have Ketu in the second house and if you are eating a lot of rubbish non-vegetarian food, Ketu is going to be creating problem for you. Especially the zodiac that it is sitting, the nakshatra it is sitting, any animals, any food related to that can cause violence, like killing of an animal, is going to be creating much more monetary hurdles for you. So you need to stop eating anything rubbish depending on your second house. You have to see more in details at what your second house is, which kind of foods you should avoid, which kinds of food you should incorporate in your life, because second house also determines the health and death of a person. Food, I have very nice chart. I've done so much of research on it. The reason of the death was food, overeating. American guy, not fat and all, nothing, overeating, got heart attack, died. And the reason of death is overeating, too much cholesterol in body. So second house decides and develops the eating habits for you. If Ketu is here, then sattvic eating is what you should incorporate and see the changes that come to your life. Okay. All the very best. I hope that you got a little bit of clarity about Ketu in the second house. Do comment below. Let me know what do you think. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and there is a WhatsApp community group also, which you can join and learn more and more and more powerful things in astrology, like these kind of research, not surface level. All the best. Third house in a horoscope, and when we talk about Ketu present in the third house, so we have already made Ketu in different houses in the earlier video. That was surface level, but now this is version 2 of it, where we're going to be version 3, version 4, version 5, and we're going to keep going on and on and on related to finding the right power of that planet. Okay, so now here Ketu in the third house, which is called the battleground of your life, with third house being a Parakrama Bhava. Parakrama means the house of courage, the house of action, the house of mastery, communication. It is also the house of friendships. It is house of, with Ketu in that house, we'll come to that, but it is also the house of how loud or how silent you are. How loud is your hand, how silent is your hand, and how much aggression can it type, how much aggression can it avoid. It is also the house of repetition, short-term travel, self-ability, that, oh, this is what I can do very well, no one can pull me down here. Strategy. It is 8th from the 8th. It is the house of longevity. It is also the house of research. My wife has Ketu in the third house. See, I have Ketu in the second house. My wife has Ketu in the third house. I'm too talkative. She's too silent. Anyways, now when Ketu comes here, when it comes to the third division of your courage, of your technical ability, independent thinking, and instinctive skill development. Now, as Rahu is so extrovert, Ketu here becomes very introvert. That means the ability to show what kind of hard work you do can't be measured. How do I put it? It means that when it comes to ability to, like, you will do hard work, but you will not be able to show off that hard work to other people. You will always be, recognition also will be there, but the kind of, like if I do something very, very little, I will be telling the whole world that I did this, I did this, I did that, I did that. But when it comes to my spouse, because she has Rahu in the Ketu in the third house, if she even does something very, very extraordinarily important, she will never ever say to anyone. She will say, she will just say, okay, that was supposed to be done, so I did it. So that is the nature of Ketu in the third house. Such people do not seek recognition. They are always seeking opportunities to work and do service, but they are not seeking the recognition. And that is the true nature of Ketu in the third house. When it comes to Rahu in any divisions, which I did the video just before this, you will see that Rahu is related to the mask that you need to put on. Ketu is related to the mask that you need to remove from your life, which means that there is a great saying in the Hindi, we can say, "Neki kar kuएं में डाल." Do good and put it into the well. No one should know that you did good. That's really the one-liner of this Ketu. Anyone who's making superficial communication, superficial relationship, this Ketu is restricting everything like that. If you try to make it, you will be able to succeed, no problem, but it will give you a very big karmic lesson. Ketu is all about karmic lesson. Ketu is all about that. Ketu is unbearable pain. The kind of hurt, the kind of behavior Ketu does here, it's going to be sometimes in terms of communication, or someone's telling you something, or someone not acknowledging and giving you something bad in return of your goodness. It's going to hurt like crazy. Like, the pain of Mars is still bearable. The pain of Ketu is non-bearable. When it comes to social interactions, when it comes to social presence, this Ketu will try to keep you as isolated as can be possible. In the last video, I told you that this is the placement of being an introvert. Don't write, don't bring things in surface. The point is that the moment you will start getting social and getting socially interacting socially with people, in few days or few months, you will start seeing sorrow from that area only. The more socially you're connected to your friends and you're partying and you will start seeing sorrow rather than happiness, because Ketu will say, this is not the principle that I want to happen. This is not how it wants to happen. Short term relationships here can be spiritual, but cannot be material and always into the celebration kind of an area. You will also see that this Ketu is bringing punishments and rewards from your past life. So wherever it is sitting, it is bringing some punishments from past life and some rewards from past life. With Ketu in the third house, the punishment is that it is the house of Kama. Kama means desire, sex. It will make you asexual at point of times. That is the kind of placement this Ketu can show very clearly in the third house. If it is not with a very great planet, not in great conjunction, in a bad house, in a water house, water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, then it will try to make you asexual or give you diseases related to genitals. But with the boon that Ketu brings here, the boon is that it may bring some very powerful skill from your past life that no one else can do. Like something you will have in your life where you will be indispensable and invincible. No one will be able to do that skill. Like now that is depending on your chart, which nakshatra it is sitting, because it will bring a skill from the nakshatra. The power of the nakshatra activates you. Now here, Ketu also gives you the power to always, so there is some problem here because this is an Upachaya house. So Upachaya house means that there will be problems with constant effort and constant repair. You will be able to solve that problem overall in your life. With Ketu in the third house, obviously problems are there. This is called the Marana Karaka Sthana of Ketu. Ketu, the ability of Ketu dies here because Ketu is in a Kama house, in a desire house, in an action house. You tell a monk that, you know what, forget about this, let's go and, you know what is it, do paragliding. He will say, listen, man, I am sitting here in meditation, don't bother me. Monk don't want to get, sadhu don't want to get into adventure. He said, my adventure is taking God's name. Ketu is sitting in the house of adventure, where it has to sit in a meditative pose on the cliff of a mountain from where people are doing parasailing, paragliding. So just imagine the environment of Ketu here. Whenever you're looking at a birth chart, anything, you have to understand the environment of a planet. If you don't really know the environment of a planet, then you are doing useless astrology or you're learning useless astrology. At home, your mother and parents are strict and you cannot take a sip of alcohol. But outside, when you go with your friends, your environment changed. Everything changed. But when you're coming back home, you're back in action. You're like, okay, let me eat some mint, this, that, so that I can come home and it should not smell. Because the environment here is not good. Same way planets also work. It is nothing. There is no rocket science here. It is just using your logic into the right place. With this Ketu here, you will also see that you will become, how do I put it? You will do things, how do I put it? So I'll explain you this way. That the natural talent of Ketu in the third house is that you may do things without giving proper explanation and or without knowing yourself that how were you able to do it perfectly at the first go where no one else, even experienced people, could not do it at first go. That's what it means, because Ketu brings skills from your past lives. I did driving for 16 years, and when I went to Canada, my 5 times I failed in the driving test and everything. My wife did not do driving ever. 2 months of training, and she got her license in the first exam. I don't know how. I was so surprised. For the first 6 months when she was driving, I was behind her that okay, she should not do some accident. If she does, do it to me only, don't anyone else. But I'm just saying, there is things are unexplainable here. How it happens? Now here, you need to understand a small drawback of Ketu. You see Ketu Pujavat Ketu, that means Mars and Ketu are same and they give you same results according to Parashara. Mars is something on the surface, Ketu is something below the surface. So we get hurt, right? We get a small bruise, and that bruise is recovering. That is above the surface is Mars. Under the surface where we touch and there is pain, that is Ketu. As simple as that. The lesson to use your courage and communication for meaningful purposes rather than showing superiority, that I am superior, I am great. That is all going to be the untrue yourself. With Ketu in the third house, you need to be a true of yourself, that no, I am the one here who's not supposed to be pretending to be someone or pretending to communicate like I am someone. I am going to be true to my heart. Whatever is in my heart is in my hands, is my pen, is in my on my mouth. Everything is true to its real nature. And generally, with Ketu in such placement, you have that ability, you have that power. Okay. I hope that I know it looks like very much Gyan session, knowledge session, and very much sometimes many people may also write that it's all Gyan. There is no prediction. There is no prediction video at all. This is not a prediction video. This is a environment learning video where you learn what your environment is, how other people are facing the same things with Ketu in the third house, and what you need to learn from them, how we need to evolve in our life. Astrology should be used for evolution, not for anything else. Okay, my suggestion is that do comment below. Let me know what do you think about your placement of Ketu. Then we will take it from there. Also, write and comment about what kind of new topics you want to see with this extensive research. Should I continue or you are bored of it? So you tell me so that I can just stop or I can just do anything, because I have so many topics. I was supposed to start the D3, the Drekana chart, which I will start very soon. D11, I have to complete. I will complete that. No one showed any interest in D11 chart. That's why I'm not doing it. There is an astrology class that I do every Saturday and Sunday on YouTube. Oh, sorry, only every Sunday on YouTube. So it is there. So you can join the basic level. On top of that, there is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. And there is also a WhatsApp community that I've created where you can come and learn a lot of great things related to astrology. All the best. I will see you in the next video. Do subscribe, do share, do comment, let's make it more conversational, man. I cannot speak to like 1,000 people at once, but I can read comments and I can reply. So please feel free to add anything you want. All the best. Ketu in the fourth house. Now, fourth house, when we talk about fourth house on a very superficial level, superficial level only. Oh, it is your home, your homeland, your real estate, your this, everything is there. But why are we not getting into the depth of the fourth house? It is also the inner stability of your mind, of your heart, of your soul. It is also self-soothing. It is something to do with what really gives you sukha, happiness. It is also the kind of domestic karma that you create. And it is the place where moon and Venus becomes very powerful, because they are water planets. Water planets become very powerful in the fourth house. Whatever sign they are doesn't matter, but they become very comfortable in this environment. And Ketu being a fire planet here, coming to the fourth house. Now, depending on the dignity of Ketu, which means that Ketu's placement, Ketu's aspects, Ketu conjunction, everyone will get different result. But the environment for Ketu is the same. Ketu is in same environment of the fourth house, like how it is with the fourth house with Jupiter, fourth house with Saturn. Environment is same for Ketu. Conjunction and aspects and nakshatras, etc. can make difference. We are talking about environment today. The fourth house, the only aspect of fourth house which is very favorable for Ketu is the aspect of moksha, aspect of liberation, aspect of, we can say, secret space, a living which is completely very isolated, very secret. That's why many people with fourth house Ketu generally don't have the ability to stay in their home country for a very long time or in a birth town for a very long time. They have to move away from the birth town because Ketu wants to put them into an isolated, we can say, detached environment, which can also be called as unconventional living. I have seen and I've spoken to people, you guys only who may be watching right now, that sometimes Ketu with fourth house makes you a stranger in your own house. People, see, wherever Ketu is sitting, I told you in the previous video, I'm going to repeat it now. Wherever Ketu is sitting, it will bring punishment from the past lives. That's something to do with punishment of the past lives related to your fourth house, some rewards from the past lives related to your fourth house, and some neutral things related to past life. Like neutral things like, okay, it will give you independence, emotional independence, that you can choose whether you want to be in this environment or that environment. But when it comes to when it comes to punishment, then it can take you to a foreign country. Now, foreign country in the Vedic astrology culture is a punishment. Nowadays, in Kali Yuga, foreign countries and places far away, which are developed, which are very rising day by day, which has great economy, all this is desire now. It is a karma. It is your desire to reach there. So this has become luxury now. But still, if you see from the perspective of Vedic system, it means that you will be getting away from your roots. That is number one punishment. You will be getting away from the comfort of the food that you take. That is number two punishment. You will get away from the comfort of your parents, from your family, from your from your friends and everyone who gave you emotional satisfaction, or who were the small sanctuary around your life. That, okay, whenever I am problem, I will go to this friend. Whenever I am stressed, I am here. Whenever I want to eat food, I will go to my mother. That all Ketu destroys here. You may have material comforts. This does not mean that in foreign country you will not have material comforts, but you will keep feeling that inner sense of something is missing. You'll not be able to stay with your parents for a very long time. That is missing. I wish my mother had a knee surgery today, but I don't have a visa to go and visit because visa stamping is not available. I wish I was there. My grandmother passed away. I cannot go. I wish I was there. And that's the kind of feeling Ketu creates when it is in the fourth house. It will try to keep you away from the home comforts. You will see that a big mansion or a big lavish environment, unlike Rahu, if Rahu was in the fourth house, then it will make you happy in a mansion, in big environments and whatnot. Unlike Rahu, Ketu does not feel happiness in such big places or comfortable places only. It wants to be happy where there is happiness. It is looking for spiritual comfort rather than material comfort. And that's what fourth house really means also. It means inner comfort that the material life cannot give. It is beyond material life. That does not mean material life should be separate and spiritual life should be separate. Both can be together. But the happiness come from bhajan. I'm saying happiness come from having fun in God's name rather than counting your cash. Cash is there. But you say, no, no, no. I am looking forward to my Saturday ritual. I will be doing very great there. That's what gives comfort here with Ketu. Or the Friday namaz, Friday prayer, Sunday mass. I'm looking forward to it. That's the real place where Ketu feels, I am now self-soothing. I'm soothing myself. I'm soothing my soul. I'm soothing the environment around me. My environment around me is so soothing that it is taking me to the right places. This Ketu will always bring you unusual circumstances, either involving your residence, either your homeland, mother, education, domestic life. Everything will be so uncertain. And those people have Ketu in the fourth house, always their main question will be family. I am so isolated. Family. My life is like this. Property related problems, possessions related problems, vehicle getting bad again and again and again. Some I buy this is also bad. I buy that, this is also bad. But finally, the return, the, the comeback of this Ketu is directly to your home and the environment in your home and home area only. Inner peace is what this Ketu is wanting. So inner peace does not come from external possessions. External possessions are important, but they are not only important. Here, you need to connect with Rahu or with Ketu on a very deeper level and surrender everything towards, you know, the moment you start saying that nothing is mine and everything I'm just using as a gift from God, you see how your life changes here. Because this placement can produce that profound spiritual introspection and a powerful need for inner sanctuary that comes only from surrender. Tell me one big billionaire, multimillionaire, trillionaire who will take all this money with them or their possessions or their helicopters and their jets with them. Very good if we are in this lifetime, if we get to use it, but no one is going to take it with them. That realization, once you get, then this Ketu really becomes active for you. This is where that Ketu will get into comfort and say, oh, I finally got to know exactly what is real life and how inner peace will come. The question about this Ketu period, Ketu person who has this house, he says, I'm still doing so much hard work. Neither my family is respecting me, neither my workplace is respecting me. I said, why are you wanting respect? Why should we want respect? Respect comes naturally. If you are supposed to be respected, they will be respected naturally. But you are expecting any respect, that means you are not evolved spiritually. You are waiting for others people approval to be happy. So here, try to evolve yourself into getting your own, knowing your own heart, creating your own emotional observation. See, emotions, you are going to get screwed only because of emotions. There is no other challenge in your life. Because of so much of emotional dependence on other and getting approval from outside world, it's going to destroy you. And you need to please come out of it. Okay? It is a time for understanding. You need to fight for freedom, for emotional intelligence, the emotional independence. That I want to be emotionally independent, then my life is sorted. I have got God. Chalo. All the very best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description if you want to discuss your birth chart with me by any chance. And there is a WhatsApp link in the description that is about the WhatsApp group that we have. I do astrology classes every weekend and I upload it so you can ask me questions there and whatnot. It's personal attention as well. So all the very best. Have a great time. I'll see you in the next video. And do subscribe, because you don't subscribe, emotionally I will not be happy. My Ketu is in second house, so I can't ask for it. You cannot ask for it. All the best. See you in the next video. Now, when we talk about the fifth house in a birth chart, any birth chart, it is generally we speak about children, the first level of the fifth house. Secondly, it's It's called the Santana Bhava. That means anything that comes and takes your lineage ahead. Fifth house. So this means that this is the house of seed. You have to be very careful about understanding the house first. Then we will understand the planet there. Anything to do in terms of intelligence is connected to the fifth house. It shows your ability to think creatively and how powerful you can think where conditions are very, very challenging. It also tells about the kind of suddenness of money that comes to your life, that is through your intelligence. Also, because it is third from the third, it shows that how much risk can you take in short term to have big gains. This also says the most important element of this house is also purva punya, something that we have done in the past, and the merits of our past life. But that does not mean only merit. It also means what are the papa, what are the sins that we have created. The planet that sits here gets us the, you can say, the balance of the sins as well as the purva punya. You will also see that this house is also considered a house of beginning of romance. You liking someone, you finding your soulmate. Now, with Ketu present here, Ketu is the planet, wherever it sits, it brings you punishment and rewards from your past lives. If it is sitting in fifth house for you, that means you have to understand something very clearly, that in the past life, you have not accomplished something that you are supposed to accomplish. That's why you have been again given Ketu in this placement. Your birth happens, millions and millions of people will have Ketu in the fifth house, which means that mostly, it does not mean that mostly everyone will have some sins from their past lives and whatnot. There can be fresh births also. But generally, with Ketu in the fifth house, it says that unfinished business from your past lives is here. That business can be related to either your children, that business can be either related to some love which was not able to be accomplished in your past life, something related to some kind of gains that you were supposed to get speculatively, but it was too late for your time to come to surface, and before that you passed away. So Ketu comes in and gives all those indications. But also, whenever a planet like Ketu, Jupiter comes to the fifth house, Ketu, Jupiter, Moon, Mercury, Venus, all the benefics. Ketu is malefic only because it is associated to Asura. But otherwise, if you see the nature of Ketu, Ketu is a benefic planet. It tries to bring us to the right path. In fact, my opinion is that not written in any book. This is my personal opinion. The most difficult planets in Kali Yuga are Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Moon. And the most benefic planets right now are Ketu, Rahu, Saturn, and Ketu, Rahu, Saturn, and Venus. I have not seen anyone thriving with Sun and whatnot. The whole even exalted Sun, people are not able to make it in their life. It is very difficult. But a very well placed Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Venus is giving you everything in this Kali Yuga. Anyways, now coming to this Ketu and understanding the pattern of Ketu for your fifth house, I have done all the surface level, that will be detachment from kids, ways, this, that, whatnot. Your love life will not be great. But now, while speaking to people, while understanding other people's opinions, and after speaking to so many, like as soon as I get some very nice insight, I write it down in my small Excel sheet, and I said, yes, this is a great insight. Then I confirm with other people. That's how I evolve here. Or to kahin se nahi na, that book is written with 7 letters. Rahura Shastri is 3 verses. That's what it is. But you have to elaborate, right? Now, with this Ketu in the fifth house, the number one thing that I realized is that these people are connected to many different cultures. They will have the power to learn so many languages. They will have the power to actually think creatively, but not in any terms of logical thinking. Sometimes the intuitive thinking is much more better than logical thinking here with Ketu in the fifth house. Because Ketu and logic are two different opposites. There is nothing to be there in logic in Ketu. Ketu is all about intuition. Ketu will always, Ketu is that blind person who is walking with his intuition and he knows that I am going the right path. Um, everything is around me. I can feel it. I cannot see it, but I can feel it. Please go into the depth of astrology, right? So that's why I'm talking to you in a very deeper sense. If you have come here to learn that Ketu in the fifth house will detach you from your kids and this, that, then please go. It's not what I'm trying to talk. Ketu in this fifth house can also try to make or bring a very big karmic pattern of children to your life. It means that the children will be born. You will be very attached with the children. And then the children at certain point of time, either due to circumstances, either due to environment, they may detach from you. It does not mean they're detaching emotionally. They may be away from you. In many cases, if this Ketu is aspected by Sun or by Mars or by, then there can be detachment because of quarrel, because of some quarrelsome behavior. But in other cases, this detachment can be because of, we can say, circumstances around it. Like your son or daughter got a job in US, you are in India in a small village. Now you're in your old age and not having, they're emotionally, financially supporting you, everything. But their circumstances that they cannot come back here because their future is in front of them. And your circumstances is that I gave everything to my children, now they went away, and what am I supposed to do now? That kind of feeling. This is what Ketu does. Ketu actually brings you towards isolation due to circumstances, not isolation due to your sins. If you want to see isolation from sins, then Ketu should be in the eighth house. But this is something very much deeper. Now, you will see here, you may possess that exceptional intuitive intelligence, or that some talent that is unmatchable, that cannot be, you also cannot recognize that talent, that how in difficult situations I am able to come out of it with luck or with right situation or meeting right people or taking right decisions. That's exactly what this Ketu does, because it is learned of all. Ketu has knowledge of all your past lives and how your soul activates and how your soul works. So it knows everything. On top of that, you will see here, this house is the house that is related to your children. Children at a, what do you say, children that we spoke about, speculation about your sudden gains. With this Ketu coming into it, there is a pattern of this Ketu which many people confirmed, and it's like you are chasing something, like chasing something. I want that, I want that, I want that. As soon as it comes to your life, the value of that becomes zero. So you're chasing for a very important startup fund or seed. Example, fifth house is all the new beginnings, right? When you're chasing, suddenly you're asking for a 10 million seed fund. It comes to you, you're going to be very neutral, helpless. You don't know what to do now. You're seeking some very big contract coming to you, get the contract. Now, after that, it's like, oh my God, what do I do now? You're seeking a job at a very, very great, large, awesome organization. You get into it and then you say, what environment I'm in now? That's the nature of this Ketu in the fifth house. And why? Because it plays with your intelligence. Till the time you don't have it, you feel you need it. After you get it, you say that, what's next? What is next? Like, I got this, okay. What's next? That's why romance-wise, you may become an obsessive person to achieve something in romantic life. You will want to achieve someone which is not imaginable for a normal person to get. And okay, you know what? I want this kind of a person. You get it. After that, you'll be like very neutral. You say, now what do I do? So the constant quest for achievement is there. Once you achieve, then you are absolutely helpless what to do. This is what Ketu does in the 5th house. You will also see the rewards that you're supposed to receive here with Ketu in the 5th house are more of spiritual rewards. It is more of rewards where you start learning how to give rather than achieve. How to give. So you achieve something, now you're not able to fulfill it. Because Ketu said you wanted to achieve. Now I will detach you from it. You achieve child, that this only thing that in my life I want was children. Only thing in my life was to solve this problem. Done. What next? So Ketu will solve all these problems, but it will bring you towards a vacuum. And that vacuum means that can only be filled with spiritual or dharma knowledge. That does not mean that you start taking a what do you say, mala and start doing Ram or start going to Friday mosque, Sunday church. That's not what will fulfill it. It is much deeper. You have to understand that the seeking that you have related to achievement is very superficial. The surrender that you need to do and say that if I achieve, no problem, I will do it nice way. I will not be obsessive about it. If I achieve. If I don't achieve, I don't achieve. That's what Ketu is trying to explain here. The obsession will lead to depression after achievement. And I don't know if you can relate or no, but this is what happens. You want the most beautiful husband, most handsome husband, most beautiful wife. Why not? Let's achieve it. After that, you will see that that does not make sense. Like, I don't match with this person. Looks are very different, but the behavior, the attitude is not going around the way I want. Your achievement is achievement of wisdom here, so that you have surrendered towards the universe and say, whatever you give, I am going to take care of it in a very beautiful manner. I am not going to be obsessed about anything. The deeper area of this chart or of this 5th house is also how other people look at you. What is your name and fame? How do you stand in a society? What kind of we can say, how do you display your value system? See, 2nd house is value system, and 4th from the 2nd is display of your value system. 1st house is birth. 4th house from the 1st house is the family, the display of the family. Same way, the display of the value system, how you put your value system out in the world, is seen from the 5th house. Here, the deeper lesson is to actually create without becoming attached to applause, and to transform knowledge into insight is what you're really meaning to do here. You are going to achieve everything. See, Ketu, wherever it comes with a boon. That, okay, in this house, I will achieve everything. There can be possibility that while childbirth, there can be challenges like miscarriages or some medical abortions, something like that. Can be possible. If aggressively you are obsessed about it. But if you let universe decide take the final decision, and you just walk the path, automatically it will be in your favor. Many of the people who I met with Ketu in the 5th house, their whole ideology was they want to learn new languages. They are learning new languages. They are spiritually very, very awakened. They have seen that life is supposed to be lived happily and not with too much of desires. In fact, their major point here was that children are a part of our life, who we need to bring to this life, give them some education and put them their own way and not depend on them. That's what an older couple told me. One older couple whose man was having Ketu here, and the sun is in merchant navy, so 9 months away, 3 months home, 9 months away, 3 months home. He said, I understood that it is what it is. It is like it's like the bird and the chick theory. Bird, chick, they take care for a very certain time. When they see everything, they can now eat everything. And, okay, go. I'm on my way, you be on my way. That's the nature of Ketu in the fifth house. You will also see that this is the place where mantra chanting or getting into mantras is a very, very big, we can say, take away from this placement. Whoever I spoke to with Ketu in the fifth house have been given 90%, like actually not 70% of people who say many did not get, have been following a routine mantra chanting. Forget about the Hindu culture only. Even when it comes to the Islamic or the Christianity people, they said, no, 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 we read this verse every day. I open the Bible, I read this every day. This is so, I think some chapter 11, I don't know what verse they were talking about, where they say that Jesus has given the blood to us so that something I forgot. Sorry, I have no idea about it. And for people of Islamic religion, also they no, we read this ayat for sure before starting anything good. So when it comes to Ketu in the fifth house, it will bring that element of chanting, mantra chanting, because this is a house of mantra chanting. And it will somehow involve you in some way or the other with that kind of an element. You will see a lot of people who will come to your life will not be the people who are coming as very strangers. You may, after meeting them, you may feel that, okay, I met this person, it feels like so known person. Like it feels like very, very comfortable with this person, because when Ketu comes to the fifth house, it brings a lot of people from your past lives to surface so that you can finish your karmas with them. With this Ketu, there may be short-lived relationships sometimes. That is because they've come from your past lives just to finish their karmas and go, 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 go. That's all. Okay. So get detached from praise, get detached from obsession. Be the true you, that okay, this is what it is. Whatever God decides, it's okay. And Ketu has come here means you have not finished something from your past life, finish it. All the very best. I hope that you got a little bit of clarity. I'm sorry for dragging this long, but it is not I'm making it from a very, very different perspective right now, so that anyone who can change their life even 1% from this, then my mission is done. All the very best. Have a great time. I'll see you in the next video. There's a WhatsApp link in the description if you want to read your chart with me. Secondly, there is a WhatsApp group also that is I've created, where people do research and do a lot of analytical work and whatnot. So if you are interested to be very regulated and work on topics every day and listen to topics every day, then you're welcome. I'll see you in the next video with some more powerful, great insights. Thank you. Now, Ketu in the sixth house. While sixth house is the house of chaos, the house of challenges, the house of obstacles, the house of health and whatnot, the element of Ketu to be a healer begins. Now, Rahu is a healer by winning over things, and Ketu is a healer by losing over things. There's a very deep meaning of this, so don't take it on a surface level, okay? I'm not come here to discuss that sixth house Ketu is there. You will be detached from your workplace. You will be, no, that is all not what I'm saying. I'm saying something very, 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 very deep. Here, Ketu has one very important boon, and that boon is to cut things. Any scissor in this world which cuts things is nothing but Ketu. You will see here that those who are intelligent, those who have good aspect of Jupiter, etc. on Ketu, this place, they will be much more having wisdom to cut people from their life as soon as, cut people from their life as soon as they're seeing that the problem has started here with this person. As soon as you see that obstacle has come, either you will cut yourself off from association from that place, or either you will, actually find an escapism route. In fact, you will see with this Ketu that many a times when the problem comes, you are so relaxed about it that automatically the the person who has created a problem on you will withdraw. There is also, I'd also seen and spoken to people with Ketu in the sixth house, because sixth house is a very major element of diseases. Now, the problem with Ketu present here is that the kind of diseases that you get more with Ketu in the sixth house are psychological diseases. Very hard to diagnose diseases. You may see symptoms, you may see, you may see problems, but no doctor, no one will be able to diagnose it in a very right manner. The best way to diagnose, which I have learned from one of a client only, he only said, "Sir, I did so much of research because I got this skin condition. No one was able to diagnose why it is happening, why it is happening, what it is happening." He said, "I diagnosed it and finally found out that any kind of refined sugar, if raw sugar, if I use jaggery, there is no problem. But if any kind of refined sugar I use, I get this hives kind of thing on the body." So he actually identified himself. And then the identification was because of the nakshatra, the quality of the nakshatras. So we have to, sometimes with Ketu in the sixth house, you will not be able to diagnose what the hell is going on in your life and why is it happening. And you are very much prone. See, earlier times, there were no shoes and there were no things. So what Varhamira and Parashara and everyone is writing that trouble from snake bite, trouble from poison, trouble for insect bite. But nowadays, it's not relevant. We are wearing nice boots. If we even step on the snake, snake dies first. We die later. So the point is that these all refer to now venomous medicines, antibiotics, any of the medicines that can create reaction, some medicines that these healthcare providers put us on, which we cannot leave. That's Ketu. Ketu is also another name of fear, by the way. When it comes to fear and phobia, Ketu is the one that gives you fear and phobia. Because these fear and phobia are not developed with absolute experience of right now. It is there in our soul or in our conscious or in our DNA from past lives. Imagine a person who will not want to go and do swimming at 3 years of age also because they're scared. Imagine someone who's 25, they don't want to go into water because no, I'm scared of water. So this is not something that has been created by your current environment. It is there in your DNA. It is there in your head. The best part of Ketu is that because it is so intuitive that you may naturally understand conflict, competition systems, healing, service, and most important, crisis management. You also, there is a very great insight that came out by talking to one of my client. He said that with this Ketu in the sixth house and in the Ketu mahadasha, I have realized one very important thing, that we cannot avoid crisis, but making sure that the crisis is managed properly or crisis is actually welcomed in life, rather than saying no, go away. Welcome the crisis. Like, okay, there's a problem, now let it come. Let me use all my skills, all my effort, all my resources to solve this crisis. That's what Ketu really helps you here. You will also see that you will be like, this sixth house is also the house that is related to your mother's brothers, your uncles. Because Ketu is connected to this place, there will be some past connection or some connection with your mother's brother or mother's brother like people who may come into your life to either give you very much sorrow, very much pain, or very much, or they will take some decision in your life which can really make your life miserable. When it is Ketu in this placement, habits make a very, very big deal. because this is the house of daily routine. And see, Rahu is a planet of no routine. Rahu will do whatever and whenever it wants. But Ketu is a planet of routine. Someone who is getting up in the morning, someone who is doing his meditation, someone who is trying to do his karma, someone who's trying to gain knowledge, gain wisdom, someone who's trying to be very kind and show you the truth, show you reality. If you adapt to that nature, then you will be very good. The moment you will start getting off discipline, it's going to be a challenge for you. With Ketu, it acts like Mars as well. So Parashara writes very importantly, Kujavat Ketu, that means Mars and Ketu give similar results, more or less. And what does this mean? The pain that your Ketu will cause to your enemy is going to be unimaginable. That's why Ketu says if you try to act smart and if you try to do fight or what do you say, strike back, then you do whatever you want to do. But if you don't strike back, if you let me strike back, then I will give you extreme satisfaction and justice here. Mars will strike back in a very, very aggressive manner, like very, very fight manner. And Ketu will silently strike, like how a scorpion bites silently. You may feel a small pain and then it is disaster. Same exactly that Ketu does to your enemy. See, the deeper meaning of this Ketu in your sixth house, it's not to overcome or not to, enemies will be there in life. Everyone has enemies. Everything has an opposite. So your opinion will have an opposite opinion. So there will be enemies, there will be people disagreements, there will be everything that you say is going to happen. But now the real deeper lesson is to solve problems without become permanently identified with struggle. Let struggle come, let enemy come. Don't get identified because of the struggle. I hope that you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. Like, it is much more deeper perspective of Ketu rather than Ketu will give detachment from your work, it will cause legal trouble, everything will happen. It's a part of life. But how to handle it, how to tackle it, how to react in such situation is what I'm trying to say. For that, you need to be only working on your wisdom, nothing else. This is the placement of Ketu which says that listen, this is for in your lifetime here, you have to develop more and more wisdom related thought process, and don't act impulsively very fast trying to create yourself your enemy so that you create more stress to your own self. Then Rahu becomes active. Rahu says in the 12th house, I will play with your subconscious mind now. Let Ketu also become very, very powerful here. You will see here that you will do lot of hard work in your workplace, service oriented hard work, very good for people who are actually in healing profession, in any kind of service oriented profession. But what do we see out of it? That you will not get any recognition, because this is the nature of Ketu. It has to be like this. You have to do a lot of service, lot of hard work, lot of work in your daily routine, but not get any recognition for it. But the day you will start, it's human nature, it is all about training. The day you will start expecting back recognition, then you don't get recognition, you get a reward. So I speak to people. I was speaking to one very nice girl from here only, Bombay. She lives in, I'm in Bombay right now, that's why I'm saying. Otherwise, I will live in Canada. In Virar, there is a place called Virar here near Bombay. She told me, sir, I was expecting that my bosses will give this and that. And she worked in a very small chemical company and whatnot. She said, after a point of time, I stop expectation. Everything I stop, like nothing. I never expected. Even then there was a raise, I used to say good. No raise, I used to say good. Nothing. Like no expectation. She's aged now. She's like 60. She said at a point of time, it came to a period where the owner's family, no one came forward to take over the company, because the company, there was no hire to the company. There was no one. And the owner said that I am also going to die because I am very old. So why don't you run the company? Till the time I am alive, just take care of me, then take the whole company. See the reward. What would have happened? You're not giving me any recognition. I am not working for you. I am going and looking for a new job. Like, okay, go. What can I do? But the patience, the non-expectation, and whatever is going on nicely, earned her a full company. Now that company is obviously she's also in her 60s and all. The company is running very well. Her children are running companies now. It's all going very good. So the reward sometimes comes in this manner where it says, man, you are not here. Remember, any enemy that is coming to your life is not enemy of this lifetime. It is enemy from many lifetimes. He has just come here to give you some big lesson. So please take it in that way. I know it is very easy to say, but it is very easy to change a mindset as well. Once you change your mindset now, automatically you will see that, yeah, I am so happy. All the very best. Have a great, beautiful time. I hope that your Ketu in the 6th house resonates with this. I want to know everything about your Ketu in the 6th house. So do comment below. Let me know more and more detailed aspect of it. Because once I get to know this, automatically you will see that lots and good and great things will pop up, and I will be able to make the version 3 video with another perspective of Ketu, which will be beneficial for everyone who's watching. Okay, and do subscribe. I don't have to keep again and again saying like this is a duty to subscribe. है ना? वरना कैसा reach बढ़ेगा? How people will know that these kind of things also exist? Thank you. And there is a WhatsApp link in the description if you want to discuss your chart with me. Also, there is a WhatsApp link in the description where we talk about a community, where we have built a community where a lot of discussions related to astrology happens, but only regulated topic based. So if you're coming here for some random talks, then it's not happening. You'll just be out. It is better to be here to learn on a deeper level, not on a surface level, only for yourself. Thank you. And let's move to the 7th house. Now, the 7th house, we call the house of relationships, collaboration, legal agreements, anything to do in terms of marriage and transformation after marriage. It's a very important element to understand that this house is the house related to transformation after marriage. Any kind of collaboration that we do, any kind of a relationship that needs healing also happens from the 7th house. Now, Ketu, as we all know, we are not talking about Ketu will detach in marriage and this, that, and whatnot. We are going to get more deeper into it. While Ketu in the 7th house will create the lessons absolutely around, relationships, marriage, partnerships, and sometimes balance between togetherness and individuality. It wants to create a very big balance. If astrologers see Ketu in the 7th house, generally they will start saying, oh, it's going to be trouble, it's going to be a problem, it's going to be challenge. Absolutely, it can be. But sometimes the challenges is not because of the outside world. The challenges is because of the inside world. See, the 7th house also puts a point where we talk about what are the expectations that we keep from a partner. It's not only the house which tells about marriage, but how we are supposed to run that marriage, run that relationship, run that collaboration. And while the 6th house, which is just the house previous to it, is the house of enemies, 7th house is the house of victory over enemies. So here when Ketu comes, Ketu will always give you opposite result to the house. Remember this. Rahu will give you absolutely amplified result of the house. Ketu will give you opposite result of the house. So in this situation, if you really want to make Ketu work for you, then it is not about relationships. It is about the expectations in that relationship that really matter. Saying that, oh, your marriage is not going to work because Ketu is in the 7th house is not the real deal. The relationship or togetherness or marriage does not work because of the expectation or the unrealistic, unconventional expectation that you have kept from the other side. Ketu does not only affect you on this level, it affects even your family of the partner at a very large level. Not only you on your own side will have a transformation, your relationship dynamic with that family also happens. Let's take a nice example of my case study. Ketu in the seventh house. Person is in IT, in consulting kind of a field, has its own business because Ketu is with Mercury. Mercury exalted here. Anyways, very good. This person says that I worked on one contract, short term ended. Cut. Abruptly, they will abruptly say that we don't want to work with you anymore. Second project, he said abruptly, sir, cut. So 3 6 months, my contracts are abruptly getting cut. So what is happening? Why is it happening? Now, Ketu is very much known for cutting things abruptly. That's why when Ketu is in the seventh house, a lot of abrupt relationship endings happen for you. When you are in a, for example, when you're in a contract with a company, you're not only contract within a company, you're in a contract with the manager, with the senior manager, with marketing, with sales, with other people. So you have to fulfill, or you have to adjust, or you have to develop a mindset around all of these people as well, not only you and the project, right? That's how it really works. When you are married, you have a mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, either for male, either for female. So the environment has now become much more bigger, because one relationship that you have gone into, which you call your own relationship, has multiple interdependent relationships on you. When Ketu comes here, you may experience detachment from that conventional relationship expectation, or feel that ordinary partnership, ordinary partnership structure cannot completely satisfy the soul. And that can be on both the sides. It can be you getting the partner in your life and you saying that, okay, it is not working according to the environment. This partner has come to my life, very good, but my family and they are not getting adjusted. So we don't have problem with each other, but the family and the other people are not getting satisfied. And what happens in that case? 5 6 7 family people come together and they will try to brainwash the other person, and then that leads to a separation or a divorce. We have to come out of this kind of a situation with Ketu in the seventh house. With Ketu in the seventh house, the moment you will kill all your expectation, and starting to make sure that everyone around you, everyone around the new dynamics which has been created, you start adjusting with them. That's only going to save you from abrupt endings. If you think that only one place is where I want to be continuously focused, then Ketu is not that way. Ketu will work in environment, like in an environment, not in one-to-one. In one-to-one, it will cut you. Relationship here can become very, very karmic also. With seventh house Ketu, that means, see, wherever Ketu is sitting in a birth chart, that means you are bringing some of the merits and demerits, both of your past lives. So with Ketu coming here, automatically the first impression of your chart is that this person has some karmic pattern related to his marriage, his relationship, his business partnerships. And while Ketu is here, how do we overcome? And by chance, if Ketu mahadasha antardasha comes, then it is going to amplify, because obviously then Ketu is in power, so it will take all the actions accordingly. You will see here the real meaning of this placement is not only to satisfy a relationship or satisfy a marriage or satisfy a contract. It is to satisfy your soul, that I am such a great person that even in such difficult situations, I adjusted, I made everyone to come towards me, and then we have a very happy kind of a life. Many a times when Ketu is in the seventh house, and if you get married, your marriage is very, very nice. There is no problem. But the relationships around your marriage starts getting destroyed, because somewhere the expectation from other party is not met, or sometimes you feel that the expectation from other party is unreasonable, and that leads to lot of confusion, problems, challenges, and whatnot. Now, this is the relationship aspect of the seventh house, but seventh house is also telling about our public status, like our public or public visibility, because it is 10th from the 10th. So it all talks about what kind of status will you get finally in the public eye. Now here, with Ketu in the 7th house, the inherent nature of Ketu is to withdraw from everything, like to run away from everything, to run away from everything. And here, people who have Ketu in the 7th house may become an introvert kind of a personality when it comes to their profession, when it comes to their when they are supposed to expose themselves to the outer world. You become a very, very isolated kind of a person. You may be having all the qualities of becoming a person, like a example, like someone who's a public figure, someone who can be public speaker, etc. You have all the personality, everything, and Rahu in your first house is giving you that personality. But when it comes to the reality, when it comes to stage, you get into stage fear. There is possibility that that inner completeness that you get is in isolated environments only, but that is a wrong way. With Ketu, you have to, Ketu in the 7th house means overcome this fear and I will give you everything, overcome this fear and I will give you everything, surrender here, I will give you everything. That's what Ketu says. Here you will see that the goal of this Ketu, it's, the goal is not necessarily isolation, but learning how to connect without losing your own comfort. You need to connect with, if Ketu has come here, so many people from your past lives will come and connect. So many people from your past lives will come for a short term, for completion of their karmas, for completion of your karmas. So many people will come to your life for short term association. So you need to understand that I need to be open to inviting such people in my life so that I can finish off all the karmas. Another important thing is that with Ketu is a very choosy kind of a planet. When Rahu comes, Rahu is very socially available. Ketu is very choosy. So here, sometimes because you are too busy in choosing that, okay, I will choose this kind of a person, I will choose that kind of a person, you are able to, and I got this case study from my talking to so many people, is that the right time goes and you are still waiting for the right person, because the nature of adjustment is not there. That's why you need freedom from projection. You need to project only positivity and try out multiple things multiple times. Otherwise, you will not be able to choose. Sometimes the thing that you have rejected is the best thing for you. So you need to be more available, more extrovert, more, what do you say, more, we can say, let other people also add that emotional independence or choosing you emotionally. I hope that you're getting my point, because it's too advanced to understand. Only psychologists can understand what I'm trying to say. But do comment below. Let me know, what do you think about Ketu in your 7th house? Are you having problem in intimacy? Are you having problem in diplomacy? Are you too direct? Are you too aggressive? Sometimes that cut off the, sudden friendships, sudden relationships will cut off in your life. Is it true? Is it happening? Has it happened in Ketu Mahadasha Antardasha? Are you feeling that emotional maturity is required, more resistance is required, more heat is not required here? I want to know everything so that I can give you more and more clarity. And with the next video, when I make version 3, there will be much more different perspective of Ketu in the 7th house. And also, not only the problem, I want to know, what did you do to overcome such problems? That is going to be much more of interest. All the very best. Have a great, beautiful time. We will move to Ketu in the 8th house now. Now, 8th house Ketu people, you have to understand that obviously the 8th house is a very deep house. And when it comes to the 6th house, 8th house, and 12th house, Ketu behaves very mysteriously in the 8th house. So it does not mean that it will give you the exact results that are described in many of the books, and many people who are writing 8th house, sudden mystic experiences and all that are there. But when we talk to real life people who have this kind of a placement, it shows that 8th house is the house of vulnerability. And the nature of Ketu here actually becomes so secret or so vulnerable that emotionally these kind of people who have Ketu in the 8th house are very unstable. They don't know how to take emotions in a direct manner. They always want to feel that this is false, this is wrong. They're not able to accept reality at all. When I speak to people with Ketu in the 8th house, I figured out that it can exceptionally, create an exceptionally deep relationship with hidden knowledge. That's for sure, because it will make you do a lot of research. And why you get into all this deep knowledge? The reason why, because you are having some sorrow, some kind of sorrow. You're not curious here. There is some sorrow, there is something not working out, for which you need to get into deep research. Your transformation is a constant part of your life, because if you see, if you talk about Ketu, how it plays a role in your life, it is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is nothing but Ketu, and the outside, the kind of actions that we are doing, that is actually Rahu. That's why the transformation happens psychologically, spiritually, mystically, every place. Like, you will also not understand what the hell is happening in my life, how things are changing so much and so frequently. Many of the people who I have seen with Ketu in the 6th house, generally they say that we have a, a pattern of our dreams, and dreams is seen from the 12th house. But you have to understand, 4th house, 8th house, and 12th house is called the Moksha Trikona, which means that here Ketu can bring lot of memories from the past as well, all the vulnerable memories of the past. So you will not see dreams of sleeping on bed of roses. You will see thorns, you will see fire, you will see animals, you will see snakes, you will see reptiles in your dreams. Like, all the kind of lives that you have gone through, they may come into your dream in some or the other manner. That's what really means the unseen dimensions of life, and not this life. This is just a living body. This is just a living sharira, body, deha, right now. The soul is living from a very long time. You will also see that the great astrologers, who are great, who have great knowledge about everything, have Ketu in the 8th house. Rahu in the 8th house, Ketu in the 8th house, Jupiter in the 8th house, Mercury in the 8th house. If you have these combinations, then you are destined to know something that normal people won't know. And not only that, there is an instinctive, like, intuitive understanding of subjects which other will find very hard to even get to the surface level. You will be in the depth and you will understand everything. That's the nature of Ketu here. When it comes to investigation, when it comes to going to the past, 10 years ago there was a crime, I will go to that crime scene and figure out what happened. Cat's Ketu. That's why, if 10 years ago this planetary position was happening and this created that problem, I am able to now decode it and solve it, and I know that this is going to happen now. That's Ketu. So Ketu here has a deeper meaning. Ketu here has really a meaning, that it is supposed to be adding some meaning to your life. You will also see that the kind of Ketu you guys have is going to make you meet a person, and you will be able to uncover their true face within seconds. You will understand with the aura of that person that what is the desire of that person, what is deep down what that person desires from you, or from expectation from you, this relationship or with this other person. And that's why these kind of people with Ketu, the 6th house, what I talk to, 8th house, are generally guides, and they are mentors, and they are psychics. A very nice placement of Ketu. Intuition becomes a very major part of your life. Logic will not work for you. Intuition will work. logic that's saying that, okay, let me invest this. You'll say, I think I should do some 8th house is investments. Huh? Remember this. I will let me do something like this and let me see if it works or not. Now, when Varhamira and his son describes Ketu in the 8th house, they say, and I have confirmed this also, that 110% in your life, there will be a time when a sharp object will cause some harm to you. Either we can say a sharp nail suddenly going into some place, creating a septic kind of a reaction, a sharp tool that actually cuts you open, especially in the lower abdomen area, the stomach area, the rectum area. And if by chance Mars is associated with Ketu, then it is actually some accident, disability. When it is, what do you say, Jupiter associated with Ketu here, there's possibility of pancreas, of kidneys. So remember that this is the house of longevity. And Ketu does not want you to live longer. Rahu wants you to live eternity, right? He wants to make you create karma. Ketu does not want you to live very, very long. Because Ketu is saying, come on, finish your karma, fatafat moksha, let's go. I don't want to again repeat and keep working on you only. That's why when Ketu is in the 8th house, you need to be absolutely careful. First of all, how can you be careful? It is what God's wish is. Secondly, you need to be careful of adventures. That's what I meant to say. But don't try to invite unnecessary adventure in your life, because getting drowned, getting fire, getting burned by fire, getting hit by sharp objects, unnecessary putting hand into a borrow and getting bit by a snake, unnecessary insects coming in, you entering into their domain to see an adventure. I let me go to the forest and live nice life. Honeybee will come and show you what nice life is. So somewhere these kind of adventures should be avoided, because whoever I spoke to with Ketu in the 8th house, they had some of these experiences that you can't even imagine. Like some of the experiences where they did not even get into the domain of any problem. There was such a great instance of one of a client who maybe is watching this, and he said that, sir, as stupid as you will not even understand what happened. He said, when we go to some tirth temples and whatnot, so we say, no, I will remove my slippers and I will go barefoot. I will climb this barefoot. He said, everyone else also did barefoot. So I said, well, I will also do. I took that adventure. Whereas it is not required. Devotion is from heart, not from your barefoot. But he said, I did that. I was walking up there and went the glass, and I had to get 2 stitches, and the blood was like, it was like crazy blood. He said, adventure. So this is a place of Ketu where you don't take adventure, because it will try to create every possible method for you to get pain. With Ketu in the 8th house, if you have any problem in the stomach pain, stomach hurt, lower abdomen pain, back pain, you need to be careful, and you need to put yourself towards towards regular medical checkups. Because Rahu and Ketu both have the ability to give you undiagnosed diseases or hard to diagnose diseases. And while Ketu comes in the house of longevity, Rahu goes to the house of Maraka, 2nd house. So it can also create unexpected health problems at any point, any point of time. Now here, you will see that generally with 8th house and Ketu being here, Ketu is very smart. He's just like Mars. That means here the transformations that are coming into your life are not the transformations that people say, oh, I changed myself, I'm going to gym now, and you're going to do a 360-degree transformation, because with Ketu, death and rebirth in this house is very, very common. Bad habits, suddenly death of bad habit and starting of good habits. Suddenly you are good for 30 years, suddenly you start a bad habit. So depending on the dignity of Ketu, you may be able to understand how it is going to act for you. But with this kind of a Ketu in the 8th house, you will very much interested in shadow work, something that does not reveal you, something where you want to be hidden, something where where you can also the motive. Let's talk about the motive of Ketu in this. Everyone who I spoke to, their motive is no, no, no. I want to just clear out my karmas. I want to finish all these karmas and never get a rebirth. That's the motive of the people who have Ketu in the 8,000. Out of 10, if 5 are saying the same, that means there is 50% success in this motive. Here you will see that liberation has to come, because see, if Jupiter is making any combination with 4th house, 8,000, 12,000, Ketu is present here, aspected by Jupiter and no other malefic, then there is a great possibility that you may get some moksha, or some moksha, at least the promise of moksha for your next life. But Rahu has to be controlled. Now, Rahu in the 2nd house is going to give you that ultimate, that unnecessary hunger for wealth, and for that you can use any method to get that wealth. But on the other hand, your inner self, your subconscious mind may not want to do it. Your outer self may want to do it so that you fit in the society, but your inner self will say no, 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 this is not right, not doing this. Now that's where comes liberation through surrender. At such case, you should really, really leave it on God, that okay, you know what, you put me in a situation, good or bad, I will take the right decision only. I will go with dharma. I will not go with adharma. If that comes, automatically Ketu eases you down. It says, okay, chalo. He understood that the subconscious mind has now accepted that, okay, I don't want anything else. I just want to follow dharma. You can be fascinated here with what lies beneath appearances, and may possess that powerful investigative and intuitive abilities which I spoke about. And Ketu here is asking for surrender. What kind of surrender? That, we are not here to put control over things. Things are supposed to be, there is going to be a problem of health, there is going to be a court case, there is going to be a challenge, everything. But now we cannot control it according to ourselves. There is a lot of interdependence that happens here. Ketu says that in this situation, you are the right person to take steps with absolute wisdom, absolute research, absolute pros, and after knowing absolute pros and cons, not take things impulsively. If you take things impulsively forward, I'm going to cause ups and downs in your life. So it says go with the flow, go slowly, and try to. There is one good thing here, that biggest problem that comes to you with Ketu in the 8th house, you are still protected because it is the house of moksha. Ketu is supposed to detach you from that problem also. But problem has to come. If there is no problem, then Ketu's role is not justified here. This is also the place where you will see some ancestral patterns in your life. That people may call you that you are just like your grandfather. Your grandfather will say you are just like my father. There is going to be some kind of, or grandmother will say, you are just like your grandmother. So there is ancestral pattern also. People may compare you to your ancestors. Anyways, if Ketu is in the 8th house here, please focus on occult studies, because it is one of the best placements of Ketu to be here. And occult studies are not for practice only, but for actually finding the truth and how you can be liberated, how you can get away from the cycle of birth and death. That's what you should be focused on. All the very best. Do comment below. Let me know what do you think about your Ketu in the 8th house. Has it been given you such kind of deep psychological awakening? Also, I want to know, there's a WhatsApp group link in the description where you can join the community group, and that may solve a lot of purpose for you, because do a lot of research there. And on top of that, there's WhatsApp link for description for my reading also. So if you want to book that, I'm here for you. Also, one more important thing between you and me, if you have 8th house Ketu, I have 8th house Rahu, so I'm opposite to you. So you have to connect up, subscribe. All the best. Thank you. Have a great, beautiful time. Let's move forward with more and more and more and more. More videos are coming, so do subscribe. Now the 9th house placement of Ketu. See, when we discussed last time in the Ketu video, the normal video that we did, not very heavy in deep research, we discussed that Ketu is related to all this 9th house elements like teaching, philosophy, trying to make sure that you find your own power into a religion and your unconventional beliefs and whatnot. Very good. But after understanding a lot of comments from everyone, after understanding a lot of talking to people who have Ketu in the 9th house, I thought maybe we will go much more deeper into the perspective of psychology of Ketu in the ninth house. While the ninth house produces a very powerful uh, philosophical detachment from conventional belief systems, but on the other hand, there is so much depth into Ketu being present in the ninth house. See, while we say that Ketu is the planet of detachment, it will bring you away from your family, this, that, whatnot. With ninth house Ketu, it has been seen that by talking to people, that it creates detachment not from people or not from religion. It creates detachment from that rigid and that dogmatic and purely ritualistic traditions. If you have this Ketu the ninth house, and if you are forced to do something in a very very ritualistic religious manner, you will start withdrawing from that kind of a placement. And when I'm speaking to people, they said that that is the clear way to describe it as well, that the more and more we cannot get into more and more what do you say, strict religious, following something very religious, strictly very religiously. Obviously, with the Ketu, the feedback of people is that generally it is connected to long journeys. It is connected to, what you call, visiting holy sites and visiting, seeking that direct or inner spiritual truth rather than relying solely on external teachers. That's why many of the people with Ketu in the 10th house, or sorry, in the ninth house, create or make themselves their own guru. And which is good also, because Ketu is the only planet that it gets into directional, Digbala, directional strength in the ninth house of the highest dharma. So here the detachment of you with your father, with your teacher, with your fatherly figures is not because you are trying to take revenge or something like that. It is because you uh, you find the truth, you find a pattern, you find a belief system, and then you stop relying on external teachers. You start relying on what life actually starts teaching you. Now, wherever Ketu will sit, I always say that it is about the past life mastery, some kind of merits and demerits you have got from your past lives. And with Ketu in the ninth house, this means that knowledge, wisdom, evolution, the power to evolve yourself. That's why the when Ketu is in the ninth house, it will give you natural, intuitive abilities, more psychological depth in everything that you think. There may be possibility that with this Ketu in the ninth house, because Ketu, see, end of the day, it is a malefic and it is here in extreme power. Sometimes, because this is the ninth house of father, you may feel that there is a there is a point of view where Ketu will trend, and it has happened with people. That's why I'm saying Ketu will tend to bring sense of that spiritual or physical distance between father and you, or between father figure and you. Also, on the when we talk about potential friction, delays, disputes over legitimate what you say, inheritance or family shares, this is where the ninth house says that how your father takes a decision for you. The ninth house is the house of father, the 10th house is the house of status of father, but ninth house says how a father decides for you. Sometimes with Ketu here, you may feel that urge of injustice. That no, there is injustice. How can you give this to me and give my sibling this and whatnot? So that is what Ketu can create here. Now, if you will see that, because it is the ninth house, and ninth house is also related to judicial success. With Ketu in the ninth house, the righteous wins. That's what exactly I say. Obviously, when people come to me with some judicial problems and challenges, I said, you have Ketu in the ninth house, so you don't need to worry if you're right. If you're wrong, you you do whatever you want in this world, you will never be able to win. That is the truth, the nature of Ketu here. It is not going to let you win at all. You are going to lose at every cost. Now, you may have that deep spiritual knowledge, but you will always question every kind of organized religion. Same happens with Rahu. Huh? Rahu goes into Marana Karaka Sthan here. Rahu will try to detach you from your. No, Rahu will try to put some mask on you that you may behave like this, but internally you will think something. But Ketu is going to make you take a very rigid decision that no, I don't follow this. I don't like this. Both my daughters have Ketu in the ninth house. The elder one, who's 9 year old, asked me a simple question. She knows every mantras, everything Sanskrit. I cannot even speak such good mantras like she pronounces. Everything is very good. But she asked me a very important question. Obviously, it's a kid, it's a child. We are in India, Bombay right now. I am from Canada. We stay in Canada, but we are in holidays. And we were going in the auto rickshaw, and there was this people begging. And obviously, kids, they come now with some flowers, is that just buy something like that. She asked me that, Papa, you tell me to do so many mantras, this, that, or. Can't they do mantras and God can help them? It's a 9 year old asking a very general question that, does God only exist? And she's asked me, she said, God is giving me this, God gave me iPad, God gave me this and this. Why is God not giving them? That's a ninth house Ketu person asking this question, that why it is so much of discrimination. Obviously, I cannot even teach her the karma theory right now that no, beta, it is not because of this problem, it is because of the problem of the past lives. She will not understand, but I'm just saying that this is the nature of ninth house Ketu. They will question that why it is like, if it is that's this way, why it is this not for this person. There can be an absolute instinctive learning of higher education, higher knowledge, meditation, metaphysics, spiritual philosophy that will come to you inheritedly. You have it inside. And when I talk to people, they're like, yes, I have that spiritual awareness. I don't go to temple, but I've never done anything wrong for anyone. So why should I go to temple? That's the spiritual awareness here. Now, sometimes many people get into, like a lot of people with the ninth house Ketu has got into escapism route to run away, far away from their family or from the religious beliefs. So this person may travel also very extensively or move away from that inherited beliefs to discover the truth personality and actually start a life in a different culture only altogether, which is going to be much more spiritually aligned to your belief, your personal belief system, not like some book. Also remember, with Ketu in the ninth house, it also really means that wisdom actually cannot be just inherited. It comes, it's there. You have the ability to remember things, you have the ability to differentiate between logic and garbage. But here, the true nature of this Ketu really wants us to, actually experience wisdom, experience knowledge. Ketu is all about experience. Rahu is all about illusion. So ninth house Ketu is telling you to now experience on a very large level. Live the moment or live in a point where you feel it is true and you are convinced. That's what Ketu wants to do. Okay. All the very best. Very nice placement for, we can say here, wisdom will come through experience, and a lot of people in power will try to misuse their power in front of you, and you will not be able to tolerate it. That is what a great point came out of this Ketu. You will see here that when it comes to psychological questioning, you will become a very big pain for all the people who are trying to promote anything negativity, or anything stupid and unnatural. You will see that you will also get maximum intellectual freedom because of Ketu in the ninth house. So you will be thinking out of the box, and something which really is the need of the hour. Like, not like thinking something, how do I put it? It's like something, uh, that spiritual maturity is there to actually think, right things only, not bad things, not negative things. And there is one universal truth theory, which means that everything leads to only one place. You are the people who will actually realize and implement it also. Realize, so I also realize that there is like this. My Ketu is not here. I will not be able to implement it. I will still take some evolution of time to think about, okay, no, let me try this also, that also. But you may actually get to know that, okay, this is what it is, and let's follow this path. No need to go here and there. That's why it's called directional strength. Digbala. Ketu gives Digbala here. Very good for lawyers, huh? And very good for judges. Those who become judges here, my God. Those who are psychologists, those who are judges, those who are some people who want to take decision, human resources, very great placement. So, anyways, all the very best. Do comment below. Let me know what do you think about your Ketu in the ninth house of your birth chart, and then we will take it from there. And all the best. In fact, there is a WhatsApp group that I have. It's an astrology group, and you can go and do a lot of research there and understand a lot of things related to astrology. So that's something that you need to do. There is a link in the description, and if you want to talk to me about your birth chart, then WhatsApp link is 4034931188 in the description, or you can email your feedback. What do you think about your Ketu in the ninth house? I'll be happy to read it. From morning, I think I have, like, I put Rahu video yesterday. I think 230, 240 people mailed. I was like, how will I reply everyone? So much work. But slowly, slowly, life is not ending. I have a lot of time left. Some people I reply after 6 months also, because what can I do? It is what it is. Anyways, you enjoy. Have a great time. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye. Subscribe. Bye bye again. Thank you. 10th house. Now, again, this is the house of karma. Many people say that it's house of profession, but you have to understand that every karma that we do in your life is happening from the 10th house. Ketu in the 10th house, actually, no, it does not mean that it detaches you from your office, your professional life, and whatnot. Here you will see that Ketu wants to create a legacy. It wants to prove Rahu wrong. That's what exactly the Ketu's work here is. That's why they are opposite to each other. Whatever Rahu says, Ketu opposes. Whatever Rahu says, Ketu opposes. Here you will see that work karma or work ethics of Ketu, people with Ketu in the 10th house. I spoke to so many, and you must be watching as well right now. Work ethics, work karma becomes a very important environment for you to actually, what can say, fulfill your soul's desire. You're not running after recognition. You're not ambitious. There may be ambition, but to do right things in a right way. Everyone wants things to happen very fast, quick. There are other planets also that gives us some, we can say, some more other planets who give more and more idea about it. But the whole situation here of Ketu, this placement in the 10th house, you will see that Ketu in this situation, if we go into the what people say about Ketu in the 10th house and what has happened to them in reality, like reality. Number one is that they couldn't, or they're not able to get to a position in their workplace which actually proves that they are worthy enough to get this kind of a designation. And the reason is righteousness. With Ketu in the 10th house, your righteousness behavior becomes so immensely, you're focused on such immensely righteous behavior that there is no place for right people at the top. At the top, people want people who can manipulate. And the problem with Ketu in the 10th house is that you will not be able to manipulate. That's why it creates a very fascinating detachment from that conventional career success, authority, recognition, titles, worldly achievements, because you also know that with this kind of a attitude, with this kind of a right attitude, I will not be able to go to the top. I will be able to go to the top in terms of ethics, but not in terms of designation. But still, God is actually looking at us. It is supposed to give results of our punya only, of our karma only. And that's why you may achieve that significant professional success periodically. Like not like there is a streak, like okay, every year you are growing. No, certainly 5 years there is nothing. Sixth year there is big thing. You cover all the 5 years altogether, because the karmas are accumulating. You have to get all the best results for the karmas that you have created in this life. Now, if you see the the main the main purpose of this video, or to give you the more higher knowledge, is to understand the psychology of Ketu here. What is the psychology of Ketu here? Ketu says, I want to be a pious person, I want to be a nice person, I want to be an ethical person, I want to be always doing everything right when it comes to karma. If something that does not allow me to do a karma from where there is righteous behavior, I will withdraw from it. That's why you will see that many places you will not even get opportunities to move forward, because Ketu might be feeling that in this place there is going to be, I will have to face some kind of unethical practice. That's why I'm going away from here. You will see that if this placement is, there can be unusual career paths, sudden changes, and many of the people who have Ketu in the 10,000, out of 10 people, if I talk to 100 people, 20 people are individual. Like they said, I'm an individual contributor. I do something on my own. I don't work for anyone else. Also, this placement create that highest capable people who eventually seek purpose beyond status. So if you are thinking that my purpose is very bigger, my status is not bigger, automatically you will achieve that amazing place. Look at APJ Abdul Kalam. The purpose was so big that everything worked in favor, everything came up. See, there is a deeper lesson also which I thought that we should share with you. And that deeper lesson is to perform that meaningful karma without being addicted to any kind of recognition. I know it all seems so stupid, right? I mean, what is he saying? He also wants recognition. What is he saying? Everything I understand. But the truth is this, that Ketu does not allow you to have a what do you call it? Have a desire here. Wherever Ketu goes, it kills the element of that house if it is not according to dharma or moksha. And this is the element of artha. So the more you will desire for designation, the more it will kill your money. The more you will desire as a purpose, that I want this purpose to happen, I want this individual purpose to fulfill, then Ketu will give you everything without fail. If you, so the key elements what people say here, that I don't work for myself, I work for social contribution, that I want to contribute in a social cause. So when I work, I make sure that the people working with me are also a part of my journey, like not only me. That comes Ketu's qualities. Yes, I want to become, I want to preach, I want to teach, I want to guide. Leadership, those who were leaders, those who achieved the CEO title and they have Ketu in the 10th house, they say that leadership did not come because I was doing forgery or I was doing something. I did 100% leadership through wisdom only, through past experience only. Always, whenever we used to take next steps, the first is we used to recognize the past and see what mistakes did we do that we will not repeat ahead. That's what everyone wants. Why do we do case studies? Why do we see other people's charts from the past? Because we are doing, saying that okay, these planets came and these were the combinations and they did these mistakes. We don't want to repeat those mistakes. Not only precision, but humility also makes a very big difference with Ketu in the 10th house. The more humble you are, the more better it is for you. People may take advantage of you, and they have to take advantage of you with Ketu in the 10th house. But you have to understand that God has given you this placement so that people can come take advantage of you. You can burn your karmas and move ahead with clarity. So in one small word, if I end this, and it is called dharma with action. So action has to happen, but dharma has to be top priority. All the very best. Do comment below. Let me know if you have Ketu in the 10th house. What do you feel about your Ketu? Are you also not getting any opportunities? Are there also blockages, problems? Have you desired that I want to be this? But where is the purpose? The main question is purpose. If your purpose is there, everything is solved. Okay. All the very best. Have a great, beautiful, wonderful, amazing time. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. And there is a WhatsApp group also for community, research and whatnot. So you can join that as well. Thank you. Have a great time. Beautiful reading. All the very best. The 11th house is a house of desire. Huh? When we talk about lessons, 11th house is the house that talks about our big groups, talks about desires, talks about all the kind of achievements that we want to have, worldly achievements, gains, money. Everything is 12th house. Oh, it's 11th house. With this 11th house, this becomes very uncomfortable for a place for Ketu. Huh? If you're expecting that 11th house Ketu comes and you get a lot of gains and a lot of prosperity in your life, that's there. But that is going to be prosperity in terms of isolation. Whoever I spoke to with 11th house Ketu, they say always there is pain from friends, always there is isolation, always there is detachment from large circles. When we go into very big crowded places, we feel very claustrophobic, very much isolated from popularity, want to always be hidden. You are always, obviously with this placement of Ketu, because 11th house is also something very far. Like, what is next step for you? What is going to happen next? What are your future plans? And if Ketu comes here, it makes your future plan very, very uncertain. See, we are not talking on the very, a very surface level that Ketu in the 11th house, your friends will be bad and this and that. No, that's not how we are talking. We're going into more deeper aspect of Ketu. With this Ketu, what I realized and what I felt is that general pain point in your life is going to be your social circle only. With this Ketu, your introvert nature, man, many people, like, if Jupiter is aspecting, Moon is aspecting, Mercury is aspecting, then yes, it's not going to be introvert nature. But if it is not aspected by these three planets, then there will be an introvert nature. And that introvert nature is going to be haunting you, by the way. Because you will not be able to adjust in very large group settings. If you are with 10 people in a room, you will still feel very alone. Like, you will still think, I don't get along here. With Ketu is you may have access to people with great spiritual, great wisdom, great influence. That's not a problem. But also you will have access, but you will not take any kind of help from them. So you may know a member of parliament, minister. You may know them family relationships, but you may never ever use their influence for you. Because somehow you will strangely feel very disconnected with their motive, with their methods. This Ketu makes you very opinionated, like opinion for everything. And everywhere the opinion that you make. See, I was talking to one person recently, a few days ago, with Ketu in the 11th house, with Ketu mahadasha also. He said, the problem is I have become my own biggest enemy because I have opinion for even my decisions. Because the nature of Ketu is to actually make you go crazy. You will see here, friendship wise, you will become so selective because of opinion. But Ketu gives you past life connections. Wherever Ketu comes and sits, it is in the 11th house for you. That means that it has to give you spiritual merits and demerits from your, and results of spiritual merits and demerits from your past life. So it will bring you close to such kind of friends who are going to be living for you, dying for you. That kind of friend will happen. So you will know 10,000 people, but you have 2 friends. That's the nature of Ketu, and that friends are going to be real friends. You will see here that the gains, the desires, the goals that you always set for you, that I will go to the gym, I will achieve this and whatnot. They're not going to happen if you set them. You don't have to set a goal. With 11th house Ketu, goals are set for Rahu. that I want to achieve this goal. With Ketu, you have to set a motive. There's a very big difference between goal and a motive. My motive is to do very great philanthropic work and reach this place in philanthropy. That is the motive now. Automatically, if you have a motive like this, which has a spiritual interest, which is an interest for any kind of surrender, any kind of human value, then automatically Ketu will make ways for you to reach it. And there is a very good saying in Hindi. It says, bin mange mile moti, mange mile na bhik. Which means that when you don't ask for it, you get precious jewels. But when you ask for it, you don't even get charity. Like no one even, if you're begging, no one even gives anything to you. That is the nature of Ketu in the 11th house. That don't ask for anything. Make your mana, your motive, your heart. Don't put your mind to a place, put your heart to a place. Ketu, actually, generally, if I want to talk to you in the English term and English mentality, Ketu teaches the difference between achieving desires and discovering what is genuinely worth desiring. I hope that you're trying to understand. See, I'm not making a video which says that, okay, Ketu here in this house, you will have problem with your elder siblings and whatnot. That's not the motive of this video. The motive is deep and advanced learning about Ketu, about his behavior on every level. Do you think everyone says Ketu is a planet of detachment? Do you think it will give you income and gains? No. What is it going to give you? What is in the hand of Ketu? What is with the fakir? Ketu is a fakir. Ketu is an outcast. He does not have anything. He just have one cloth and one bag with some spiritual books. So what will Ketu give you? Tell me. Can it give you money? It cannot give you money. Can it give you gains? No. Can it give you fame? No. What will it give you? It will give you knowledge. It will give you the right guidance. It will give you the courage, because it is like Mars, to do humanitarian work. It is going to give you courage to go into bigger environment bigger environment or bigger groups and make a difference in that group. It will give you the power of collective contribution, but with more wisdom to not only you, but people who are associated with you as well. It will want to give you another power of gains without obsession, gains with a motive. So there are two, I'll tell you one small instance here. So there are two ways to earn money. Now, one is that you do a 9 to 5 job and you do any kind of job anywhere in this world and make money. One, many people take risk and they go completely all in and they do business and they make money. So there are only two ways of making money. Either you go all in, take a business, make money. Either you do a 9 to 5 job or any kind of job and make money. There is no third way. Tell me, what is the third way? There is no third. But Ketu has a third way. And that third way is that money is going to I am not going to go to money. Money is going to come to me. And why? How? It will come through knowledge. It will come through wisdom. It will come through purpose, which is beyond my profit. When your purpose is strong, automatically everyone supports you. Ketu in the 11th house actually gives you the power of freedom from social approval. So if you understand this, then you will have a very meaningful success with Ketu in the 11th house of your birth chart. I hope that I am able to clear something in your mind, something even 1%, then also I have achieved something very great. If you do like the video, do subscribe. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments if you want to discuss your chart. But there is also a WhatsApp link of an astrology, community, where we are doing research and talking about topics. Today's topic was only Rahu and Ketu. So I will get so many insights from that topic. And then I will make videos and share it with you and apply it on live charts. And it works and I feel happy, I feel content, I feel complete. That's what I'm doing. So I love it. All the best. Have a great, beautiful time. Do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And bye-bye. Enjoy your Ketu. Now, one of the most amazing places for Ketu is the 12th house in a birth chart. 4th house, 8th house, and 12th house. When Ketu comes here, people generally, astrologers generally directly say that, wow, you are getting moksha. Such stupid way to look at moksha. Moksha cannot happen unless and until Jupiter is also making a combination with your 4th, 9th, the 4th, 8th, and 12th house. If Jupiter is in your 4th house or Jupiter is in your 8th house, then there is a possibility to get moksha. It also depends on the D20 Vimshamsha that is related to your spiritual progress, and the D60 chart. We will get more zoom in version, like 20 times zoom in, then 60 times zoom in to see if there are combinations there also. Then it shows that you will get moksha. Another area of moksha is simple. Those who don't have children, those who don't have marriage, those who are absolutely single, those who don't have parents, those who don't have anyone in their life, they are on the path of moksha, because God has already detached you from everything in your life. It wants you to now understand that, see, there are no relationships except me. I am only your relationship. Now, Ketu in the 12th house can actually become, now this is not a video where Ketu in the 12th house, you have hidden knowledge, you have foreign residence, you have this, that is all there. That is all surface level you learned, right? Now let's go into the depth of your psychology of Ketu. What does Ketu have to offer in the 12th house? Everyone is offering something. Mars is coming and offering you courage. Sun is coming and offering you authority. Moon is coming and offering you emotion. Ketu is coming and offering you spirituality. Ketu is coming and revealing the truth to you. It is removing the mask. Rahu is putting a mask on your face. Ketu is removing the mask from your face. They are constantly fighting. That's why they are in opposite axis. With this Ketu in the 12th house, it's generally the house of withdrawal. All the people I spoke to with Ketu in the 12th house generally say that, okay, it's done, man. I am done with all the things, and I am supposed to now, my marriage did not work. My relationships are not working. My parents are all separated from me. There is nothing happening in my life very crazily good. So I am going into the path of philanthropy. I am going into the path of spirituality. I am going into the path of charity. Because the planet of detachment means detachment of emotions, have entered into the house of complete withdrawal. You realize here that you are made out of this clay and you will go back into the clay. And that is the realization that comes to people with Ketu in the 12th house. And that's why they realize that, okay, we have come here, let's use our knowledge, our wisdom, our aura, our skills to help other people, so that at least we leave a legacy and we go into a beautiful life. This kind of Ketu can make you very uncomfortable as well, because it will take you to environments which are not suitable for you. It will take you towards very, very extreme, isolated and dry places. And see, dry places does not mean that, like for example, Calgary, I live, snow and snow and snow, but it is dry. Or you can go to Arizona and stay there and it is dry. It is heat that is making it dry. It is cold that is making it dry. So something where there is complete isolation, you can hear silence, is where Ketu will take you. And it's going to keep playing with your subconscious pattern. You may start following people. That's how this starts. The journey starts by following people. You follow someone, then you say, oh, this person is the right, and he gave me the right guidance about how I want to take my life ahead. Then you start following that path. Then suddenly some other person comes to your life. They give you another path. No. You choose this path. That is all rubbish. You choose this path. Then you choose that path. Then you go into, so you meet third person, fourth person, fifth person. You meet 12, 15, 20, 50% like that, who will give you different paths. But finally, because this Ketu is all learned, your subconscious mind is all learned. One day is a day that comes that you sit in front of the mirror, looking at yourself and say that, listen, enough of following other people's path. This is what I feel is right, and I want to follow this path, and I want to be here. That's exactly where Ketu really wins. You may do all kind of spiritual retreats. You may learn all kind of mystical subjects. You may do all kind of meditation, your Kundalini rising, going down, up, everything. But the reality will come to you when you are in silence. And I'm not saying this because it's surface level. I'm telling you it's very deep. All the people of Ketu in the 12th house, unless and until they went silent, they did not get anything. Till the time they were listening, they got all the wrong information. You have to go into silence. You have to go into complete silence. Let your Ketu is your subconscious mind. Let it speak to you rather than other people's motive or other people's method speaking to you. You are destined to go away, very far away from this worldly noise. That noise that is there, that's chaos. You want to just go away from that chaos. That is the nature of this Ketu. Ketu will feel so great in darkness here. Once you're in dark environment, once you're in complete silence environment, you will feel very much better. That's why many people who have Ketu in the 12th house get into a lot of research, a lot of environments where there is behind the scenes work. They have to not face the public. Very isolated behavior you do. The nature of Ketu in the 12th house is also like a nature of a snake which goes deep into the burrow. It's deep into the burrow, relaxing, with coiled around, relaxing, thinking. That's the nature. That's why daydreaming becomes a very important part of this Ketu. You will be a daydreamer. You will always be dreaming something, if I do this, bliss. You're dreaming of a Zen garden. You're dreaming of it. But the fear of losing out, the fear of losing money, losing people, it's a genuine fear. Why not? Obviously, everyone is not like Macho Man, right? Oh, Macho Man, I used to see in WWE. See what came to my mind right now. Everyone is not that courageous that they can immediately give up things. But Ketu here will try to force you to do these things. And forget the force. It will try to create environments where you have to take such decisions. This Ketu will not go from his character. And the character is Ketu is related to the past. It will bring lot of past dreams. I spoke to people who have Ketu in the 12th house. They say, my God, there's some dream of a cave. I'm coming every time I'm going in the cave. I cannot see myself. Or every time I'm going into the cave, this one person was telling me this, and I told him, what do you see in the cave? He said, I see I see different other people. I said, now next time you enter into the cave, but from the perspective of another person, train your subconscious mind to see who you are. Are you the same person? Here, Ketu will bring lot of past memories in your dreams. You're not going to have a very nice, peaceful sleep. The sleep cycle, if it is not aspected by Jupiter or Moon or Mercury, the sleep pattern, Moon to fir bhi there is danger. Mercury is good. Jupiter is good. Your sleep pattern is not going to be okay if these two benefits do not look at Ketu here. You will see that with this Ketu in the 12th house, I told you silence becomes a very much big factor, but there is going to be, if you're really facing trouble and really facing failures in life, then 1 hour, just 1 hour, without your phone, without any distraction, just go and sit somewhere in the corner. 1 hour, don't get up. That is the minimum time for you to realize something. 1 hour. You will, in 10 minutes, you will see that nothing. Let the full 60 minutes go. 1 hour, just sit with, you will want to move, you will want to get up, you will want to run somewhere, you will want to say no, I am all done, nothing, but just stay for 1 hour. As soon as that 1 hour 1 minute happens, you will get a realization, you will get the answer for your problem, because Ketu will work in that environment only. It will not work in any other environment. It is waiting to talk to you, but you have not given him the environment to come and talk to you. Ketu actually here teaches that ultimate lesson of release, letting go of what the ego believes it must possess. That is the ultimate lesson here. What you believe that this is what I should possess, once you start letting it go, Ketu speaks to you. to try this experiment. Try this. Sit quietly without any 1 hour is a I'm telling you, 20 minutes I cannot do. I did 1 hour. Finally, that okay, I will not sleep. I will sit. I will keep thinking. After 20, after 10 minutes, also you will feel like shit. I want to withdraw. I want to withdraw. I want to run. But the moment you have done 1 hour, you have hit the nail, and Ketu will come and speak to you. If you have Ketu in this 12th house, only you will get answer only in silence. You will not get answer in loud places. Okay. All the very best. I hope that you got a little bit of clarity about your Ketu in an advanced way, not like the general way that we talk Ketu here. We'll do this, whatnot. Do subscribe, comment below, let me know your views about it. And I'm all ears, all eyes. Please write mail. Yesterday I put the Rahu video, so many mail came. Now I think 25 mails. I'm more than that, I guess. I have to read everyone and reply. So slowly I will reply. So anyways, all the very best. Have a great time. There's a WhatsApp link in the description if you want to discuss your chart with me. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being with me in such a long video. I know many people get bored. This person is keeping on saying. I'm sorry for it. But till the time we meet again, I would like to wish everyone Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Mata Di, Jai Ma Lakshmi, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah